hands, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Para su seguridad, favor de permanecer sentados, con las puertas cerradas, manteniendo sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas adentro, mientras el tranvía está en movimiento. Y vigilen a sus niños. Gracias.
Please hold on to hats, glasses, or any loose items that could fall from the tram. If an article should fall, please stay seated until the next stop and inform the nearest cast member. Thank you.
Driver, you're clear to turn. Behind my driver and myself, welcome to Animal Kingdom. The park opens at 9 a.m. and it closes at 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. is the closing time. Your last tram will be at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. And for those who park in Dinosaur, it'll be Dinosaur 34 and 35. 34 and 35. Seconds, we're going to be arriving at main entrance. Please wait until the train comes to a full stop before disembarking. Wait for it, just sit down, relax until the tram comes. Once it stops, you can disembark to the right-hand side and just watch your head and watch your step as you're getting off the tram.
I don't know the words to that song.
It's not bacon.
Yeah, it smells good. Good morning. We are at Animal Kingdom this morning. Headed straight to the safari ride. And I have my shirt on that I bought at Epcot last month. And it's already got a snag. So I'm not very happy about that. I'm going to see if I can find another shirt before it gets ruined, honestly. So,
Nothing here.
And then we're gonna take it back. God, you
How you doing?
Here, Booty, everyone. Here, Booty means welcome. And all the way across those rows.
no hush.
Home to some of the more shy and reclusive animals, so keep an eye open for animals trying to hide out of view, possibly using camouflage or different colors and patterns to blend in well with their surroundings. To the right-hand side, way up on top of the hill, way back to the right, is a large brown animal hiding in the brush back there. It's an okapi. Okapi have beautiful black and white stripes on their legs, kind of make it look like some zebra stripes. Not related to zebras at all, though. Okapi are the only known living relative of the giraffe. If you would come out to say hello, you'd be able to tell by the shape of their head they do have really giraffe-like features. Left-hand side on top of the hill here, there's some greater kudu, second tallest antelope in Africa. Greater kudu stand about 5 feet tall at the shoulders. Those kudu we're seeing up there don't have any horns, so they're all females. Only male kudus will have horns with large spirals in them. Males are also solitary, usually found living alone. Females are going to be a little bit more social, living in small herds. Greater kudu are considered crepuscular animals, meaning they're active during the morning and evening time. They rest or relax in the middle of the day and then again in the middle of the night. Crepuscular. Coming up ahead across the watering hole up there, black rhino moving around on the other side of that fallen tree. The black rhinos, they have a pointed prehensile upper lip, perfect for pulling leaves off of trees and bushes here in the forest. We are pretty lucky to see a black rhino at all because they are so commonly poached for their horns, even though their horns are just made out of keratin. That's the same material in the human fingernail. It's a completely worthless material. But sadly, that poaching has reduced the numbers of black rhino to only 5,000 left in the entire world. Fully run black rhino does weigh around 3,000 pounds. It can charge up to 35 miles an hour. Coming up ahead here on both sides of the truck currently are going to be some bongos, large brown animals. Bongos, they give the nickname ghost of the forest, not only because they blend in well with their surroundings, but also because they can move almost silently through the forest thanks to their horns that spiral backwards so they don't get caught in that thick brush. Now both of the male and female bongos have those large horns, and they are completely solid on the inside, unlike some animals that have hollow horns to keep them a little lighter weight. Quite a few bongos there on either side of the truck. Now we're getting pretty close to the Safi River. The Safi runs along the edge of the forest, and it's usually a great place to find some Nile hippopotamus. So let's head out that way. Hippos spend most of the time in the water, staying cool, and they can hold their breath underwater for 8 minutes. So look under the surface, hippos may be completely submerged. They're also nocturnal, so they won't be too active during the daytime. They'll come out onto the river banks at night to graze on about 80 to 90 pounds of vegetation nightly. Not actually that much food compared to their body size of 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. Females on the lower end, the males on the upper end of that scale. Let's check upstream here. Oh, looks like there's a whole bloat of hippos to the left side of the truck next to the island there. Groups of hippos called a bloat. Well, they are excellent swimmers, but most of the time hippos don't swim. They usually just walk along the bottom of the riverbed. It's a little easier for them, helps them conserve their energy. Large great birds, most of them on the island there, some of them getting some breakfast right now. These are pink-backed pelicans. Get their name after the light pink for their backs turned during mating season. They nest in pods ranging between 50 and 500 pairs. A pod of pelicans and a bloat of hippos in the river.
No, that's a pelican. They're like, what's that bubble? What is that thing? What is it?
There's some Nile crocodiles in this stretch of the river. Nile crocodiles bite strong enough to crush the bones of their prey with about 2,000 pounds per square inch of force. Got the one holding his mouth open in the back there. Now it's not waiting for food. It's actually releasing excessive amounts of body heat. That's how they cool off. Now on land, these crocodiles can run at 10 miles an hour. Top speed on my truck's only about 8, so let's not stick around here for too long. But I said how those hippos were nocturnal, active at night time, and those kudu were crepuscular, active during the morning and evening. For those crocodiles are the third and final form of sleeping pattern, and that's diurnal, active during the daytime, like we as humans are diurnal.
Ooh, the giraffes are
Up ahead
out.
on the right-hand side in the clearing is a baobab tree. Gets the nickname upside-down tree since it looks like its roots point towards the sky. But baobabs just go leafless for about 9 months out of the year. Can do so by storing water inside those massive trunks on reserve for periods of drought. Elephants will get to that water by using their tusks to break open the bark on the tree and chew on the fibers inside. Fibers will also be used by native Africans to weave into baskets. Now we're coming up to one of my favorite views on the entire reserve, looking out over the Serengeti grasslands. Grasslands stretch for thousands of miles across Africa and are home to some of the most famous animals, like lions, elephants, zebra, and giraffe. With some luck, we may be seeing some of those today. This is the wild Africa we're all working so hard to protect. Actually, I already see some giraffe way across the savannah out there. Looks like there's a whole tower of them out there, groups of giraffe called a tower. Wow. Hopefully we'll be getting a little closer up views of those giraffe when we head over that way. Onto the right-hand side here, there's that whole pile of old tree limbs. You can see some Patterson's eland behind them, as well as some springbok. Small tan antelope with the white underbellies are springbok, fully grown about 100 pounds each. The large gray antelope are those Patterson's eland. They're actually the largest antelope in Africa. Males will stand 6 feet tall at the shoulders and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. Now the eland can jump straight up into the sky 8 feet high from a complete standstill to escape their predators when attacked. But those small springbok actually have a pretty mighty leap to them as well. Running and jumping across the savanna, they'll reach 6 feet high off the ground. The lengths they'll cover across 11 feet long in one bound. It's extremely impressive for how small they are. Only 100 pounds each.
Oh, see something coming out of the weeds right there.
That'd be nice.
Pack of African wild dogs to the left side of the truck. They're also called painted or spotted dogs after their splotchy coloration. And they do look very similar to your domesticated dog back home, but they're actually a different offshoot of the canid family. These dogs only have 4 toes, and you want to cuddle up with them because they are the most successful hunters on the savannah. These African wild dogs will catch their prey more often than any other species out here, including lions and cheetahs. Do so by working together as a pack to run their prey to complete exhaustion.
Coming up to the...
Couple Angie Kadow coming up ahead. Looks like they'll all be to the left side of the truck. They're also called out. Now they're going to cross to the right-hand side of the truck as well. Now, Angie Kadow are also called Watusi after the tribe in Africa that first domesticated them. They are the only domesticated animals found here on this reserve. Although those horns are very large, up to 6 feet long and 8 inches in diameter, they're actually not that heavy as there's a honeycomb structure inside. Allows them to circulate blood through those horns, cooling them off, kind of like the radiator on a car. Elephants use a similar method to cool off by circulating blood through their large ears. Just by flapping their ears, elephants reduce their internal body temperature by 15 degrees. Large red towers on either side of the truck are termite mounds, built using saliva, dirt, and dung. After getting baked in the African sun, they turn as hard as concrete. Then larger animals like elephants and these giraffes will use them as a scratching post. They'll get worn and broken down to look like that mound that's out to the right-hand side there. Then smaller animals like those springbok will use that as the lookout post, watching out for any predators like those African wild dogs that may be hiding in the tall grasses. Just one example of how nothing ever seems to go to waste in an ecosystem like this. Some of the tallest termite mounds on record have been built up to 30 feet high, while the most max out around 8 feet tall. Maasai giraffe out to the left-hand side there. Maasais have really jagged edges around their spots, almost a lace-like kind of pattern. Giraffe are the tallest land animal, standing 18 to 20 feet high, even at birth. Baby
oh, they're running over there. Look at that.
6 feet tall, as they need to be able to nurse from their mothers at that age. Although they do have those really long necks, giraffes actually have the same number of vertebrae bones in their neck that the human does, and that's 7. Their bones are just a lot larger than ours. They also have a lot larger tongues than ours, up to 18 inches long. They're prehensile as well. It allows them to wrap that tongue around the branch of a tree to pull all the leaves off of that single branch. Tongues are also a purplish black color thanks to an oil on their tongue that helps prevent them from getting sunburned. Giraffes pretty much do everything standing up, from eating, drinking, sleeping, even giving birth. A baby giraffe's introduction into the world is a 6-foot fall from its mother. And they do sleep standing up, but they only sleep for about 30 minutes out of the day.
Jeez.
A couple more springbok in the savannah here out to the right. Also a whole herd of white-bearded wildebeest coming up. Wildebeest are also called gnu, spelled G-N-U, after the low grunting sound that they make. They are part of one of the largest migrations in Africa. Up to 1.5 million wildebeest migrate together non-stop, not stopping for anything, even the birth of their young. Baby wildebeest need to learn to walk within 15 minutes and run within 30 or risk getting left behind completely.
Wow.
They do run at about 40 miles an hour during their stampedes.
Oh, it looks like he's stalking something. What are you trying to get? Oh, a stick. You got it. Good job.
Lots of trees knocked down in this area coming up ahead here.
Lizard.
It's a pretty good sign that we're getting close to elephant country. Elephants will bulldoze down trees to get to the vegetation on the top side of the tree after giraffes do such a great job of removing all the vegetation off the other sides of the trees with their 18-inch long purple
They did. He was quick.
tongues. Don't see any elephants yet, but I see some mandrills to the left. Largest monkey in the world. Mandrills have that bright red and blue coloration on their faces and backsides. Troops of mandrills dominated by one male. He's going to be the largest
there
of
they
the
are,
troop
down
and
there in
have
the
the
bottom.
brightest color. Males weigh up to 100 pounds. Females only weigh about 30 pounds each. Little baby mandrill there right behind the tree next to its mother.
Aww. Everybody loves baby monkeys.
Good thing we're in elephant country though, so let's see if we can find the largest land animal on earth, the African elephant. Fully grown, they weigh between 11 and 13,000 pounds and can run up to 25 miles an hour. This bridge doesn't look too good. It doesn't sound much better. Well, I think we made it. Well, let's get out of here.
Zebras up there.
We found some red clay pits. Elephants occasionally eat red clay if they're not receiving minerals that they need in their everyday diets. Oh, there are some test marks there in the red clay though. Oh, there's some elephants over the left-hand side. The herds of African elephants are comprised of adult females and their young. Male elephants or bulls actually leave the herd once he reaches adulthood, around 14 years old. He goes off and lives the rest of his life in solitude. Females stay in the herd their entire lifespan, about 65 years raising the young. Now their childhood at 14 years when the male leaves the herd is the second longest childhood in the animal kingdom, second only to humans at 18 years. Elephants do have the longest gestation period of any mammal though, with a 22-month pregnancy, giving birth to a 300-pound baby.
Wow.
Sadly, numbers of elephants rapidly decreasing every day due to humans poaching for their ivory tusks as well as habitat destruction. A lot of that destruction due to mining for a mineral in Africa called coltan. Coltan is used in rechargeable batteries like those inside cell phones and laptops. So if you want to recycle those batteries when you're done with them, and you can help save some of the elephant's habitat from your own hometown. Coming up ahead on the island to the left-hand side, some greater flamingos.
These are always so pretty.
Greater flamingos are the largest and lightest pink of all flamingo species. They're actually hatched gray, but after they eat lots and lots of shrimp containing beta-carotene, that's what gives them the pink color after about a year of eating that shrimp. How they eat, they stick their heads in the water upside down. They are filter feeders, so they use their tongue to force the water across ridges in their mouth called lamellae. Those ridges will filter out any food in the water. Group of flamingos called a flamboyance. So on the island there, that's a flamboyance of flamingos.
They're so flamboyant.
There's some large mud pits out in the savannah here. Mud pits like these, sometimes a great place to find some white rhinos as they'll coat their skin with the mud, protecting themselves from the sun, kind of like a natural sunscreen for them. Although rhino skin is very thick, it is sensitive as well. I did see that black rhino back in the forest. So they weigh around 3,000 pounds, but the white rhinos that live on the savannah are up to 5,000 pounds. So if there's any nearby, it shouldn't be too hard to miss.
I don't think he's here today.
I see a cheetah walking around to the left-hand side. There's actually one laying down way to the
right
left,
there.
but there's one walking around as well. Fastest land animals, cheetahs run in excess of 60 miles an hour, using those strong tails to help them balance at those high speeds. Helps them turn kind of like the rudder on a boat. Walking back into the woods there. Now, cheetahs rely on their keen sense of eyesight to do their hunting, but they have poor night vision. So they are the only big cats that hunt during the daytime. They're also the only big cats with non-retractable claws, helping them grip the ground, running and turning at those high speeds.
I thought the dogs back there were too, though.
There's a large rock formation coming up ahead here. Large rocks like these, called copies. Copies are sometimes a great place to find a pride of lions. The female lionesses, they do all the hunting for their pride, so they use the height of the copy as a vantage point to watch out for their prey. While the females are out hunting, the male lion stays back watching the cubs.
They got pumpkins up there. See
Protecting
him?
the territory.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't
Male
hear you.
lion laying down on the second tallest rock of the copy.
Yeah, there he
up
is.
there.
See his paw?
Of course, males have those veins that the females lack.
Yeah.
Lions are inactive for about 16 to 20 hours out of the day, do pretty much all their activity during the evening and nighttime. Not only because it's the coolest out for them, but also because they have great night vision, about 6 times better than us as humans. You know, during the daytime, their eyesight's very similar, if not the same to ours. Now to the right-hand side here, Addax, A-D-D-A-X, they have these white-colored coats, keep them cool in the hot desert sun. Addax can actually go their entire lifespan without drinking any water at all. They get all the hydration they need out of the vegetation that they eat. That small brown antelope laying down there is a bontebok. Bontebok struggle in the wild with poaching for their beautiful brown coats with the white markings on them. One point in time, there were only 17 bontebok remaining in the wild. The numbers have recovered slightly ever since, thanks to awareness of that poaching though. Ostrich and Grant zebras out there as well.
Oh.
2 female lionesses laying down here at the end of the copy.
Yeah, what is it that those animals can't just jump over here? Oh, look at her, so pretty. Did you see the other one behind her? Oh, we got the sniff on. Oh.
Roar from a lion can be heard up to 5.5 miles away.
This is like Jurassic Park all over again. Could have
It's
been.
like a whole crash of rhinos in the savannah. They're spread out across the area here. The white rhinos aren't actually white at all. They are gray. We get the name from a mispronunciation of the term vite, meaning wide in Dutch, referring to their wide jaw structure, perfect for grazing in grassy fields here on the savannah. This is ostrich again out to the right. Ostriches are the largest birds in the world. They do have very large wings. Can't fly though. Just because they can't fly doesn't mean they can't escape their predators well. Ostriches can run up to 40 miles an hour with those long, powerful legs there. There's the zebras again. They are black with white stripes. You can tell that the base color on a zebra is black from the color of their snout. But if you did shave all the hair off of a zebra, their skin is still striped with that black and white. Notice if ostrich eggs are on the ground to the right as well. Since they are the largest birds in the world, those eggs are the largest eggs in the world. 3 pounds each one of those eggs, strong enough a human can stand on top of them without them breaking. It does require about 18 to 24 regular-sized chicken eggs to equal the volume inside just one of those ostrich eggs. They're actually communal nests as well. Multiple females will share a nest together. So these white rhinos fully grown, about 5,000 pounds. They can still charge up to 35 miles an hour. There's a scimitar horned oryx coming up on the left-hand side, laying down on top of the hill. Gets its name after the shape of those horns, resembles that of the shape of the scimitar sword, about 4 feet long, each one of its horns. Very well acclimated to desert climates. They can't go 9 months without drinking any water during times of drought. They can serve water, but not starting to sweat until they raise their internal body temperature above 115 degrees. A couple yellow-billed storks to the right-hand side there. Sitting about 3.5 feet tall, yellow-billed storks are carnivorous, eating anything from snakes to fish to frogs to even other small birds, commonly swallowing their prey while they're still alive.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like we're coming to the end of our safari. I'll be dropping everyone off at the nearest warden's post. But I hope that seeing the animals and learning about their stories inspires you to take conservation efforts home. It can be as simple as recycling and reducing the amount of water and electricity that your household uses. To learn more about conservation and Disney's Conservation Fund, visit Rafiki's Planet Watch, just a short train ride from the village of Harambe. There you'll also have up-close and personal animal encounters, as it is the only location here in the Animal Kingdom we allow you to touch the animals. That's at Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Yeah, we love to do that. Rafiki's Planet Watch. We go pet the goats.
For those Wilderness Explorers, you're traveling aboard Symbol 1, S-A-M-B-A, and the number 1. Symbol 1 for those Wilderness Explorers. It's on page 13 in your Explorer Guide. Well, here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, we do not like to say goodbye, as that is much too final and too sad. So we say Kwa Harini. That means go well. So Kwa Harini, everyone.
Kwa Harini.
Asante Sana. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Kyle. Hope you come back and visit again soon. No two safaris are ever the same. Animals make sure of that. Good morning.
Hey, what? Come on. Show us what you got, babe. You're a funny guy half the time. But as soon as this comes on, you stop being funny. No more funny? That's what I thought.
We don't want to give you away, but you're going to be really excited about it. Maybe the clothes on.
There's a bathroom right there. There. Can we go? No? We realize I will have to edit all that. Nobody needs to know.
Hey.
Kraken Yeti. The big monkeys are up there.
I think it's that way.
No. No. I don't see any monkeys out.
Sitting out there in the end.
Oh yeah, I see them now. Oh, there's one right there hanging.
Got pumpkins for them too.
I want to show you something. See this big statue thing right here, Bri? If you look at it, it's the same shape as Everest. It all lines up. Cool, huh? Just a little trivia. But see, isn't that cool though? See, it all lines up. It all lines up. Cool, huh? Very cool. They found my knowledge interesting. They found my trivia interesting. So this is so pretty at night, which they kind of haven't been having much luck with their river show, I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not much luck with it. Yeah, it's a shame. Now we gotta find the fast pass one.
Yep.
Attention Expedition Everest team members. Once on board, secure all gear in the cargo bag. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs in silence. And please supervise each other. Miembros del equipo de expedición Everest deben abordo bloques
head rush when you go backwards. Other than that, I'm good. Yeah. Well, it's my head, not my stomach. Woo! Yeah. Well, I get it when. Ooh.
That backwards thing goes.
Yes.
It goes, and then all of a sudden it goes. Whoa.
Yes.
It drags it down.
Yep. It's like, okay, is that over yet? Because, woo! Definitely strong.
I'm actually not a big fan of that light.
This is not my favorite, no.
The one drop is really good, obviously, and that's about it. The whole backwards thing.
You heard it first here, friends. That is not our favorite ride at Animal Kingdom. I don't think we have, well, my favorite ride I think at Animal Kingdom would be Dinosaur, but it's closed. So, sadly,